Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new here, my name is Kenzie, and if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate everybody's love and support as I go through my plant journey. So for today's video, we are going to retrellis one of my Hoyas. It's gonna be a Khroniana Silver. Look how freaking beautiful. So the trellis that she's on is about 10 inches, and we're gonna go ahead and get her on a larger trellis, about 12 inches. So I know it's a big jump, but it'll take her longer than it did to fill up this thing. So we're gonna get her retrellised. And then while we're getting her retrellised, we're also gonna repot her. Technically she doesn't need a bigger pot, but we are gonna put her in a bigger pot only because I can't get her back into another 3-inch pot for some reason. It's almost like my other 3-inch pots they're like not the same size. I don't know what's going on with that. But I don't like the pot that she's in because the pot has all of these additional slits in the side. So she's drying out way quicker than she should. And I was just away on training for work for a week and a half. And when I came back, she was not happy. So we're gonna get her into a different pot that doesn't have any slits. I actually have quite a few plants in my plant cabinet that are in these pots, and we're gonna get those repotted over the next few weeks. So let me go ahead and bend you down, and we will get the potting mat set up, and then we'll get her off this trellis and on the new trellis. Okay guys, now that you're bent down, hopefully you guys can see everything. So like I said, we're gonna get her off this trellis. Hopefully you guys can see that. That looks okay. I know I'm cut off, but alrighty, well, let's get started. So I bought this Hoya at the beginning of the year, and I bought her as like a small cutting. And she has been in my plant cabinet ever since, and she loves it. My plant cabinet is definitely the ideal conditions. It stays hot and very humid. I watered yesterday. It is at 70% humidity and 80 degrees inside of that cabinet. So definitely gets toasty in there. It'll be interesting to see how winter goes. I live here in Florida, so although we don't get like a true winter, it does get cold for us Floridians. Yeah, there we go. There's that trellis, and we're going to be upsizing her to this one. That size difference. Hopefully she'll be happier. Yeah, so we will see what the winter months bring as far as growth. It will be my first season, my first summer with my plant cabinet, not my first summer in Florida, but it'll be my first winter with my plant cabinet with plants in it. So I'll be anxious to see how everybody does. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna up pot her into this 4-inch pot. So I have my soil mix here. All right. And the soil mix that I like to use, I don't make my own, I just can't justify like how expensive it is. So I currently use Molly's Aeroid mix, and I just buy that right off of Amazon. There is another website you can buy it off of, but I'm drawing a blank on what it's called. But yeah, so we're just gonna plop and dump her in here. You know what? I guess let me check her roots to make sure, because when I was gone, like I said, her roots dried out some, and I'm low-key afraid there may be some dry rot, but she looks okay. She has a couple that are no bueno, but the 98% of them look good. So yeah, we're just gonna plop her in there and she'll be all right. She'll probably stop growing leaves and start focusing on root growth to help fill her in this pot. Plants don't like to be unstable, so she will focus on growing new roots before she starts to focus on growing more tendrils and leaves. So I'm just gonna get her up potted in this real quick. Yeah, I really like this mix. It's super airy and chunky, super airy. My plants really love this mix. So until I guess either get more plants or, you know, start up a plant business, then maybe I'll start purchasing my own ingredients to make my own. But until then, we are just gonna keep on buying those pre-made mixes. All right, well, she's not quite centered, but that's okay. She's at least in the pot, and it's probably not gonna matter too much, just because we gotta put a trellis. I am gonna add in this stuff again, just because we did upsize her. She's probably due for it. They say to add this in like every 6 months. You're supposed to put it 1 inch below the surface, but I usually forget. So we're just gonna sprinkle it, and then we'll water her through when we're done. Some of her leaves are like super wrinkly. I don't know if you guys can see that. Her leaves should be nice and stiff, and they're not. So she's definitely unhappy. Like I said, I was gone for about 1.5 weeks, and I genuinely thought my Hoyas were gonna be okay, but a lot of them actually struggled. And mine definitely do not like to be super dry. All right, well, there it is. There's the trellis on the, so let's get her, you know, I wouldn't be opposed to her being a trailing Hoya. I just don't have anywhere to put her. So maybe in the future, when I can make the inside of the pot more bushy, maybe we'll chop her up one day and get her to be more of a trailing Hoya. But for now, we're gonna untangle this mess. And so they say Hoyas like to climb counterclockwise. I don't know how true that is, but just know that I do trellis all of my Hoyas counterclockwise. Like I said, I don't know how true it is, but I've had plenty of people tell me that you're supposed to trellis them counterclockwise. Yeah, so I don't really know how true it is. I've never, I don't know, some people just kind of line the trellis just one way, and they have luck, I guess, with their Hoyas growing. Thing is some of my Hoyas are just so long that I can't just lay it on the trellis like this. You know, I feel like I need to twist it just because I have so much of it. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if it actually makes a difference if they need to be counterclockwise or not. If anybody knows, let me know in the comments how you guys trellis your Hoyas. If you just stick them on a trellis and not even twist them on, or if you twist them on the trellis and don't care which direction, or put them on a trellis and do care if they're in a direction. I'm not really sure. I don't know if you guys can hear the TV in the background. The dogs are inside. So hot right now. They were outside for a few hours, but Typically when they're inside, I try to put the TV on to have some noise, but to keep them from barking at nothing. Echo loves to bark at quite literally nothing. And then he gets all the other dogs riled up over nothing. So I'll put the TV on just for some noise. Currently they're watching Mufasa. I don't know if there's any, I'm sure I have some Disney fans, but let me know what you guys thought of the Mufasa movie. I actually thought it was pretty good. I actually really enjoyed it. Can't really consider it a remake because they've never, I guess, technically made. I don't really know what to do with this one. I hate when they like grow in the center like this because I never really know where to put it. Maybe I'll just put it straight up and then we'll just wrap it here. And we'll clip her right here, I think. Maybe we won't clip her. We may not need to clip her. She's pretty good, I think. Maybe not. Maybe we'll try to put a... There we go. Hopefully that'll be okay. This big old thing. Yeah, hopefully this video won't be nearly as long as my first video, which is, I think, just over an hour, and that was not intentional, by the way. I don't think I realized how long I could actually talk for. I'm not even really sure I talked about anything significant. All right, there you go. We'll pop her in the cabinet just like this. And I don't really know if I like this hanging in the middle, so I might end up changing it. But there she is. She's all done. All trellised up and repotted. Super easy repot. Yeah, her poor leaves, like, look how dehydrated she is. Her roots look good. But like, I don't know if you guys can see how wrinkly, like her leaves shouldn't do that. So even though I watered yesterday, we'll go ahead and I'll water her through, and then hopefully her leaves will perk up. Oh, look, she's getting new growth right here. I don't know if you see it right there. I've got several Hoyas that have a pile of peduncles, and I'm so excited for them to bloom. Hopefully they don't abort the blooms, but we'll see. I've been waiting patiently for them. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today. I may end up retrellising that. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate the support. Please like and hit that notification button down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.